Shalom, beloved. It's a word. We're going to talk about the heart of Pharaoh, the heart of the Pharaohs, the heart of those in the lands of our captivities, the heart of those so-called Pharaohs. They have hard hearts, a perpetual hatred for the people of Yahuwah, the Yah of the Hebrews. When we look at Exodus, when we look at what is going on in the book of Exodus and the plagues come down, beloved, we are seeing the plagues play out because we have a so-called Pharaoh, a so-called leaders who have the hearts of Pharaoh. Okay. The first plague is where he turned water that represents life, purity, and divine provision. He turned the water into blood. He turned the water into blood. I want to share the screen, beloved, to bring up the pages that I have because when we look at it, remember we're seeing line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little. Think of the heart of these pharaohs in the land of our bondage, the house of bondage. He turned it, the waters, which are normally life and purity and divine provision. He turned the waters, who? Moses did, into blood through, it was Yahuwah using Moses. They turned the first plague, water, into blood. And we see his word coming forth, beloved. When we look in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 6, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. The waters are changed spiritually into blood. You see an increase of the madness of murder because they did not hate blood. All right. I will prepare you for blood, and blood shall pursue you, since you have not hated blood. Therefore, blood shall pursue you. Now, when we look at the second plague, because it is in the lands of our captivity, those frogs, beloved, let me find, they represent spiritual uncleanliness. It is also in the book of Revelation where three evil spirits, okay, just like frogs coming out of the mouth of the dragon. These frogs, they're unclean spirits, okay? Just like we see unclean spirits in the lands of our captivity where they think their evil is their righteousness. Their houses are covered. Their land is covered in an unclean spirit of the frogs. It's the same with the lice. And when you look at the flies, the third one and the fourth plague were lice and flies. They represent corruption. In the book of Ecclesiastes, it says, a little folly outweighs wisdom and honor. Dead flies bring a stench to the perfume's oil. A little folly can corrupt something otherwise good. Yes, yes, yes. Do we see folly in the land? Yes, yes, yes. And Pharaoh, those Pharaoh's hearts are hardened. Okay. Then we look at the boils. The boils represent uncleanliness. Those boils, beloved. All right. I'm trying to walk it through. Boils can symbolize a sense of being overwhelmed or burdened. Is the land we live in overwhelmed? Are the people who thought they would get above us or stay above us, those spiritual Egyptians, if you will, they get a sense of being overwhelmed, a burden. These things they did to Yasharel, to the Hebrews, now are coming upon them and they're being overwhelmed and burdened. They have inner fears and insecurities, okay? The boils, beloved. The boils are the sixth plague. Now we go into the hail and the fire. We're looking at what those plagues are. They are figurative and literal. The spiritual connotation of this hardened heart of Pharaoh, he's destroying Egypt. Okay, in the beginning, Pharaoh's heart was hardened on his own. But as he watched the plagues play out, okay, if he were to rescind his word, Yah hardened Pharaoh's heart. Yah hardened it. Okay, and when that hail and fire mingled with the hail, it was so heavy that there was none like it in all the land of Egypt since it had become a nation. The question I'm going to ask you about the fire and the hail, look at it now symbolically. Since this nation has become a nation, has there ever been the type of destruction that's going on now? Because you got these pharaohs whose hearts are hardened. They're in different states, they're in different places. Their hearts are hardened, beloved. And that fire and hail, yes, that destruction is very grievous, such as there was none like it in all the land since it became a nation. We are seeing it, beloved. We are seeing it in measure, in number. We are seeing it, and Pharaoh's heart is hardened. He's blind to what's going on. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Come on, come on. The Lord keeps putting it. The Pharaohs in this land, their hearts are hardened. And because their hearts are hardened, they are destroying everything because they will not yield to what Yahuwah told them. They refused to stop. He is the God of the Hebrews. When you look in the book of Exodus, they don't want to let them go. They don't want to stop their evil. Okay, their hearts are hardened, beloved. Yes, yes, yes. And when we look at the eighth plague, the locusts, they once themselves were locusts. Yes, they were. Yes, they were. Lord have mercy. They were a divine judgment. Who? Those spiritual Egyptians. They were a divine judgment against Yasharel. They were locusts in our lives. They devoured everything. They took us from our land. They took everything. They destroyed children. They destroyed family. They destroyed anything we produced. They consumed it. They took it. They were locusts, and now the thing they represented is turning on them. Yah has released the locusts, and the locusts represent divine judgment. It is a divine judgment whereby Yah is telling us, I will restore to you the years that the locust, the cankerworm, the caterpillar have eaten. One group is gaining restoration, the other group is being destroyed because Pharaoh's heart is hardened. He is about to show, Yah is showing the whole world who he is. He's going to keep that heart, those hearts hardened because he's showing the world there is one Yah. almighty, all powerful. There is none equal and none above. That he is incomparable. All praise, all power, all glory unto thy name be exalted. Majesty on high, we praise you now and forevermore, Father, because our eyes are open. And then the plague of darkness, a darkness that can be felt, they've lost their wisdom. The blessing that we lost, that they gained, is gone because the curse is over. And now it is a darkness so great. I'm sorry, with the boils, also, and that was the sixth plague, those boils not only were going at the people for their uncleanliness, it went at the animals. That hail and fire was going at their animals. Right now, there is one group of people who, when they farm, their farms are falling apart. But in the land of Goshen, Yahuwah was taking care of them. I wonder if you look at certain farmers, they're doing all right. But the other farmer is losing everything. Yes, yes, yes. The locusts have come, the boils have come, and it's going to increase. Yes, beloved, yes. And the darkness, a darkness so great it can be felt. They've lost their wisdom, they've lost their sense. Yes, they have. We are watching the plagues interchanging, and the heart of Pharaoh is hardened. But everything he does is turning on him, it's turning on his people. Why? Because they wrestle not against flesh and blood. See, they think Pharaoh has lost his senses. They think I can go after a man, I can go after a woman, I can go after a child, but you cannot fight the Most High. They are in darkness, thick, gross darkness, beloved. I'm going to read what we are in the book of Exodus, chapter 10, verse 22. And Moshe stretched forth his hand towards heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days, but all the children of Israel had light in their dwelling. They are in darkness, severe, gross, thick darkness. And when that darkness comes, because you have some people telling Yasharel, prepare for the darkness, there will be no darkness upon Yasharel. No, it won't. Yahuwah severed. He made a difference between the spiritual Egyptians and the Hebrews. Yasharel. We know what that 10th plague brought about. So when you see these people, when you're watching and you recognize that their hearts are hard, they thought that they would get it above Yasharel. They thought that the only ones that would truly suffer would be Yasharel. He hardened their hearts to show them who he is, beloved. The heart of Pharaoh. These pharaohs all around the countries, all around the world, they're destroying their states, they're destroying their own homelands by the hardness of their hearts. But Yahuwah is keeping their hearts hardened. He controls the heart of man. He governs the hearts of kings, okay? And he's going to let the entire world know. These are my people. These are my people. And when I said let them go, he's not going to stop until he destroys Egypt. And now, even many of the spiritual Egyptians see it and are crying out. They're crying out, help us, help us. A lot of them are starting to listen to Yasharel, just like in the first Exodus. But we're in the second Exodus. We're seeing it play out. We're watching it right now. And the locusts are in their land. They are in their land. These same people who were locusts all over the world are now having the locusts come in and take from them. But for Yasharel, Yah is restoring the years. He's restoring what the locust, the cankerworm, the palmer worm, and the caterpillar ate and took away. He's bringing restoration, beloved. The heart of Pharaoh, the heart of all these pharaohs. You got the heart of one pharaoh down there in Florida, that Spanish word for little flower, Florida. He's the economy tanked, tanked. They are in darkness, and the locusts have come. We are praising you, Father. We know that the prayers of the righteous availeth much. Pray, beloved, because our prayers are being heard. Our prayers are being heard by Yah, and He has sent deliverers to us. And all you have to do is watch. Watch. It is a word, beloved. We are seeing the spiritual plagues come upon spiritual Egypt, and their pharaohs with their hardened hearts are destroying Egypt. But Yah has made a difference between Yasharel and the spiritual Egyptians. He's made a distinction. That's why we're not going out there as the Egyptians try to figure out what to do, as they run around and still commit evil. Once upon a time, they told Yasharel, we want you to make brick without straw. Now they are trying to build up something, but they have no straw. Everything they have done is being multiplied back to them. And Yah is not a man that he should lie. Yah is the one who is in this fight. Yah is the one in the land of spiritual Egypt, in the land of the house of bondage, beloved. We are seeing it right now play out. The hardened hearts of Pharaoh. Let Pharaoh's heart stay hardened. Let it stay hardened. He's destroying his own house. Isn't it funny that even now he's destroying, calling it building, his own house? He has taken the whole front off of the house, wanting to increase the so-called physical brick and mortar. But the spiritual house is being destroyed by the Most High. Keep your eyes open. Watch, watch, watch Pharaoh's heart. Pharaoh's heart is hardened. Pharaoh's heart is hardened. There were groups and nations that thought they could get above us. Once upon a time, they were. And as long as it benefited them, they went along with Pharaoh. But now, with that fire and hail destroying everything, something that has never happened since spiritual Egypt has been a nation. Look at what's happening to spiritual Egypt. It's the fire and the hail, beloved. It's the thunder and the lightning. It has never happened since it has been a nation. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. We thank you for provision. We thank you for mercy. And we know, we believe, therefore we speak, Father. Prayers of the righteous availeth much to the pulling down of strongholds. Time's up. Tick, tick, tick for spiritual Egypt. And they fight not a man. They're fighting against Yahuwah. And we always know who wins. Take courage. Be encouraged and encourage one another. We are not alone. Yahuwah is in the midst. It is a word, beloved. Shabbat shalom. I don't know if I stopped this or paused it. Forgive me. I had to put my glasses on to see. So once again, Shabbat shalom, beloved. The land of spiritual Egypt with the heart of Pharaoh destroying everything. They have lost their wisdom. They are in utter darkness. You see, even then, some of those Egyptians realized, oh my, you need to listen to the Most High, to the Yah of the Hebrews. We're not talking about those who say they are Jews and are not, but are of the synagogue of Satan, for they too are being exposed. But even as it was in the first Egypt, so shall it be now. You have those Egyptian spiritual representatives who see it. First of all, those people are Yah's chosen people. You got a lot of people trying to get on the bandwagon. You got some people that look like us but are not us. They want to stand beside us and start speaking for us, but they don't believe everything that Yah has taught us. Do not be deceived, beloved. If you are Hebrew and Israelite, I don't care if they come from the other side. Okay, you cannot speak for us or jump on the bandwagon, but if you try, understand this about that. Just like Yeshua went out there with Peter and told him to cast that large net, and he brought up many kind of fish. Some of those fish were from one group. Some of those fish were from another. You will not stand like you are Yasharel when you are not. And there will be a distinction. Even though some people figure, let me get in so I can report. Okay, if you want to report. But if you say one word that does not line up or honor the Most High, a plague is coming because y'all not going to get in and poison it. You think you will. And it's not anybody that's got to rise up against you. You're not fighting against flesh and blood. It's a terrible and fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Most High. It is word, beloved. Shabbat shalom.